WWE Hell in Cell 2015 pay-per-view review and giving you guys my thoughts and opinions. Gonna give you what I feel about it overall on the show later on, but gonna start things off with the kickoff match, and this one actually surprised me. I thought it was a great match for what it was, and where was this on Raw, like I mentioned on Twitter too, during the show and everything, and this one, like I said, I thought it was enjoyable for that match, and in the end, Neville's team was able to get the win, which is cool. Hopefully we get to see other things going for Neville and everything, so that would be nice, and they defeat King Barrett's team and everything, so that was fine for what it was, and especially on who was able to go out on top with a win, and really cool, interesting spots too, especially with Cesaro's swing and everything. Gotta love that, so that was really cool, can't go wrong, and there you have it with that. Then with the next match where we had for the US Open Challenge, and this one, everyone was speculating on who was going to be able to accept John Cena's US Open Challenge, and who did we have? None other than Alberto Del Rio actually returning, and with Seb Calder, that kind of threw me off there. I was expecting Jack Swagger to come out and everything and accept the challenge, but that didn't happen, of course, and we did have Alberto Del Rio and John Cena, which was a good match for the US title, and Alberto Del Rio actually won and got the US title, so it looks like Alberto Del Rio is still going to be a heel, which is cool now. I actually like that, was hoping that would happen, so Alberto Del Rio getting the US title and looking to be paired with Zeb Calder, I guess, from now on, so we'll see how that's going to turn out, but I'm glad he was able to return, and that actually was cool, so no problem there, so I thought that was pretty dope, and we'll see what happens with Alberto Del Rio. Looks like he's going to be staying, of course, a little longer, which is nice, and nice return there, so can't go wrong with that. Then with the next match where we had Roman Reigns and Bray Wyatt, and this one was a great match, and actually really surprised me, especially how these two went at it toe to toe using the tables in this one, the steel chair and the Singapore cane, actually two of them, which is actually pretty insane, dope spots, and actually who did get the win? Well, actually Roman Reigns was able to get the win. I thought Bray Wyatt was going to get the win, but that I don't have any complaints with that, so it is what it is when it comes to that, so not really that much disappointed, and Bray Wyatt and Roman Reigns did their all in this one, so I will give it up for that, and Roman Reigns is improving, so another thing to look out for, and even though I'm not really the biggest fan and everything, but hopefully eventually he'll work on his mic skills and that will improve, but his in-ring work, I'm really enjoying that so far, so can't really be disappointed about Roman Reigns getting the win. Then with the next match where we had the tag team titles, which are online between New Day and the Dudley Boys, and this was a pretty good match. I almost thought at one point the Dudley Boys are finally going to get their win. Unfortunately, that still didn't happen. I don't know when they're going to really do this. Maybe at Survivor Series, but who knows at this point. But in the end, the New Day was able to win and keep their tag team titles, so that's fine for what it is. But it would have been nice to see the Dudley Boys actually get their tag team titles for the Dudleys, but hey, it is what it is, and the New Day were able to retain, so can't go wrong with that either, so there you have it with that. So in the end, New Day retains, and there you have it with that. Then next we had Charlotte and Nikki Bella for the Divas Championship, and this one was actually surprisingly good. I thought this was better than the last match. To me, I find it kind of a little slow with their last match, but this one actually was just them. There wasn't anybody from their team until it was towards the end and everything, which was fine. Hopefully we will get to see that more often, and in the end Charlotte was able to retain, so that I did like, and I'm sure Charlotte will be able to keep the Divas title a little bit longer, which hopefully will continue to still be happening for her, so that's fine with me, can't go wrong with that. So Charlotte able to retain, and we'll see what happens with that. It looks like Paige is kind of still with her team and everything, which is kind of weird, so I don't know if we're going to get Paige and Charlotte at some point, which I would think would happen, but you never really know with Charlotte and Paige at this point, so we'll see what happens, how that storyline comes out to play a little bit more, so there you have it with that. So Charlotte able to retain. Next one we had Seth Rollins that came for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, And this one, I thought it was going to be the co-main event, but that's fine. And this one was pretty good for what it was. Everyone isn't really that much into it, but hey, in the end, we did have Seth Rollins be able to get the win, and Kane tried his best to actually get the championship. So it looks like, from what I believe what the stipulation is now, it looks like uh, Corporate Kane will be relieved from his duties and everything. And hopefully, we'll get to have Demon Kane stick around, which I would like to see. And kind of getting tired of Corporate Kane, to be honest. So I'm fine with Seth Rollins actually retaining and keeping the title and see where this goes into Survivor Series. So there's that, like I said, pretty good match, and that's how I feel about that. Then with the next match, we had Kevin Owens and Ryback, and for this one, it was a pretty good match, and hopefully this feud is over, to be honest, and to see where else Kevin Owens is going to go and everything, and have another feud going for him for the IC Championship and everything. So with Kevin Owens retaining, I like that, and I'm actually really cool with this move, and Kevin Owens as IC Champion is really cool and dope, so I really like that, and hopefully that does stick around. So really nice that Kevin Owens was able to retain, no problems with that whatsoever. Then of course we move on to the main event with Brock Lesnar and The Undertaker for the final time. And this one, I enjoyed this honestly a lot more better than the SummerSlam match, but that's just me, and I actually, well, basically enjoyed both matches out of the feud and everything, even though this basically started inside the Hell in a Cell and it ended in the Hell in a Cell, and I like everything that they did. Basically, Brock Lesnar tearing apart the ring and both men actually being bloodied up, and the suplexes and everything, and countering after each other's finishers, which is insane as all hell. But in the end, Brock Lesnar was able to get the win. I thought Undertaker was going to get the win and it ended all, but basically got the win last month, if you will, well, actually, at SummerSlam. And yeah, it's actually pretty interesting on how that turned out with Brock Lesnar actually getting the win. So that kind of surprised me there, and gotta wonder where Brock Lesnar and The Undertaker are gonna go from now. We got Undertaker's 25th anniversary coming up for Survivor Series, so we'll see what happens there. And overall, I did enjoy the show. I thought it was a great show. So it did surprise me with some of the matches and everything, so I enjoyed it. I don't know how you guys feel about it. What do you like, what you didn't like about the show? Leave your thoughts and opinions in the comment section. Of course, I've always loved to hear you guys' feedback. And until then, I will catch you guys in the next video, whatever the hell that may be. Peace.